Did you know, according to the 2009 Program for International Student Assessment, out of 34 countries, America ranks 14th in reading, 17th in science, and 25th in math? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex Kilm. I want to try to help our educational system. America has declined dramatically in the educational field. I believe it's mainly because of the teachers. Teachers don't have to fight anymore to keep their jobs. Teachers have the ability of tenure. This means they have their job for life once they've been there for a set amount of time. Once teachers receive this tenure, they don't fight for their jobs anymore. They don't have any motivation to do better. They don't have any motivation to strive to be the best. This is where we have lack of proficient teachers. According to Waiting for Superman, the documentary, 1 out of 57 doctors lose their license every year. 1 out of 97 lawyers lose their license every year. But only 1 out of 2,500 teachers will lose their license every year. That means a doctor that cannot perform on a patient or cannot help a patient, they're going to lose their job. A lawyer that cannot defend their client can't do that, they're going to lose their job. But for some reason, a teacher that can't teach, that can't help their students, they're going to keep their job. It just does not make any sense. This is what we need to fix to change our educational system. You might ask, why is this related to me? I've already made it through my educational system. I'm already done with it. It doesn't matter to me anymore. But the answer is, education has a direct correlation to the economy. As our education is plummeted and we become one of the worst countries in the world, our economy is also plummeted. We were one of the poorest countries out there at this time. We're trillions of dollars in debt, and this is all due to our bad educational system. According to Waiting for Superman, 1.2 million high school seniors don't graduate every year. That's 1.2 million high school seniors. That's an outstanding number. That's 1.2 million people that won't have a job when they're done. That's 1.2 million people that are looking for money, looking for support. And a lot of times that support has come from the government, from your tax-paying money. It's something that's a major issue. Now the problem is, how do we solve this problem? What steps do we go about to fix this? There have been many people trying to fix it, and no solution has came yet. I believe the solution is to rely on charter schools. Charter schools are schools that receive money from the public, but they do not oblige by the same regulations public schools have to follow. These schools don't have to worry about tenure. Teachers don't have to just sit there and waste time to keep their job. Teachers have to fight for their jobs. They have to be successful. All these charter schools have great teachers. There's charter schools in America now that are doing great, they're doing successful, but they're not everywhere. This is because of public schools. The problem with charter schools, though, are there are a limited amount of slots. In the documentary, Waiting for Superman, there's 5 students that are trying heavily to get into these charter schools. Out of these 5, only 2 will get accepted. And the sad 3, they show a very sad story, how they relied on these schools and they're not in them. It's just a major problem that's going on through all the United States. We need to make every school like a charter school. We can have every public school have to not follow the guidelines that most public schools follow. This will make teachers have to fight for their jobs. Teachers will be better in the long run. This is something we can easily do. Charter schools need to be our guidelines for every school. If we make all the charter schools that way, teachers will be excellent. Once the solution is implemented, results will be shown immediately. We'll be able to see test scores skyrocket all across the United States. With these better guidelines, we will see an educational system more directly like Finland's. Finland's one of the leading countries in the world right now. Mary Wild from GreatSchools.org has an article about why Finland's so successful. And in this article, it shows how teachers have to fight to keep their jobs in Finland. Teachers are the equivalent to doctors in Finland. Teachers in Finland are equivalent to doctors in America. Doctors, you have to go through a lot of schooling and you have to work hard to become a doctor here. Same way for a teacher in Finland. Only 10% of teachers in Finland that go through the college will make it to the teaching programs. That's an alarming number. You have to work very hard to make it there. And then, example, the teachers there that teach very well, their educational standards are very higher, and the test scores are much better. You can see a great difference compared to the scores here in what we have in the United States. If we follow these guidelines and we adapt to the way Finland is, we will be a great country when it comes to educationally. And in turn, we'll show a very different economic status too. This is all it takes. Now, we know how to fix the problem, and we know what the problem is. We just need to figure out if we're going to do it. We need to stand together as a community and as a nation to show our government this is what needs to be done to fix this issue. If we do this, we'll become a much better country educationally, economically, and overall throughout the world.